Now, one thing we need to improve in this code is this hard-coded value for the port. So we have used 3000 as an arbitrary number. While this may work on your development machine, it's unlikely that this is going to work in a production environment. Because when you deploy this application to a hosting environment, the port is dynamically assigned by the hosting environment. So we can't rely on 3000 to be available. So the way to fix this is by using an environment variable. So typically in hosting environments for Node applications, we have this environment variable called port. An environment variable is basically a variable that is part of the environment in which a process runs. Its value is set outside this application. I'm going to show you how that works in a second. So in this application, we need to read the value of this port environment variable. And the way we do that is by using the process object. So we have this global object called process. This object has a property called env, which is short for environment variables. And after that, we add the name of our environment variable, in this case, port. So if this is set, we're going to use this. Otherwise, we're going to use 3000. Now we can store the result in a constant called port. Okay, let's delete this. And finally, we need to replace 3000 with port and also change our message accordingly. So I'm going to replace the single quote with backtick so we can use a template string. And here we're going to replace 3000 with a dynamic value. So we add $, curly braces, and then add our constant, in this case, port. Okay, now back in the terminal, let's run this application using nodemon. So on this machine, you can see I don't have an environment variable called port. That's why 3000 is used as the port for this web server. Now I'm going to set an environment variable. So let's stop this process. On Mac, we can set an environment variable by executing the export command. If you're on Windows, you should use set. So export or set. Now we add the name of the environment variable, in this case port, and set its value. I'm going to use 5000. So now we have this environment variable called port with the value of 5000. With this, when we run this application, nodemon, you can see that now we're listening on port 5000. So this is the proper way to assign a port to your Node applications. You should attempt to read the value of an environment variable called port. If there is a value, you should use that. Otherwise, use an arbitrary number for your development machine.